This is the penultimate video in this series, I guess. When watching my previous videos, they are kind of boring. It's me routing things, cutting things, all in time lapse. And that's the things that I don't know anything about, to be fair. I'm learning at the moment, and you won't learn anything from watching those videos, I think. There are better sources around the world. I will probably talk a bit about the finish of the guitar, because I think it's, turned out quite nice. My biggest fear is when I finish this with Danish Oil, it will become a bit darker. The biggest fear is that it becomes brown, because every kit build I've done before has turned out brown, because I just kept adding stain or whatever I was adding to it. I will talk about my mistakes. There are quite a few of them. I'm not sure I will cover every one of them. It's how I learn things. I just do things, and then I learn how not to do things, rather than read instructions and be very careful. And it's been interesting building a guitar, because you basically need to have a different mindset than I have. And that's about it.
I brushed the soft part of the body to make the indents appear a bit more. I added water-based grain filler to the body and sanded it back. Probably a bit excessive with the grain filler, but it's just a bit more sanding to do. Since the body blank is a 3-piece, I extended some of the lines to make them more continuous, and grain filled and sanded again. I applied spirits-based stain. Wet sanded Danish oil with the grain using 320 grit sandpaper. Let it cure for about 10 minutes until I had a tacky and sticky paste of oil and dust. Wiped it against the grain with a cloth. About 3 more coats of Danish oil. Had option to use my routing jig for thickness on the neck, but it's more of a pleasure working with hand tools. Carving the neck was the part of the build that I feared the most. It actually was the funniest and most rewarding part of this build. In a good spirit, I got carried away and didn't notice that I took off parts that shouldn't been touched when making transitions to the headstock and the heel. These black dots are the truss rod. Had to do an ugly repair since starting over was not an option.
Right, I just sanded the body with Danish Oil. 320 grit with the grain. And I'm waiting for it to get a bit tacky. I thought, well, while I'm waiting, I can do the headstock as well. So I did it. It's Danish Oil on it, on black. But you know, I managed to put it somewhere where the red was. And stain removal wasn't something I was thinking about doing at this moment. I thought from now on there will be no more mistakes. Yeah. Alright, good thing with this pandemic is that we all have hand sanitizer handy. It can be used to remove stains. So, quite happy. I should.
The countersunk ferrules used instead of a neck plate made my screws go too deep. A crack in the fretboard. Not a big repair though. Couldn't source any shorter screws on short notice. I decided to go with a neck plate and fill the old 12mm holes with wood glue and sawdust. Not the prettiest, but for most parts covered by the neck plate. One of the fret slots was cut in a bad angle. I'd know that when scoring the fretboard. When sawing the frets, I didn't remember it, so one fret was quite off. It needed to be fixed. I removed the fret by heating it, and then I filled the gap. Quite an easy repair, yet another time waster. I used the fret calculator I built to find exact position for the fret. The fret calculator is metric. You can copy a CSV with all the values, or if you like, you can export SVG for printing.
Thank you all for this competition. It has been a pleasure